It's been a little over 2 months since Siddaramaiah took oath as Chief Minister of Karnataka, but is his government in troubled waters already? The Congress High Command has now called a meeting in the national capital over developments in the state, set to be presided over by party president Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi. Remember, this meeting comes just days after MLAs openly voiced their concern over the inability to meet their commitments to voters in the meeting of the legislative party in Bengaluru. The Congress government made tall promises, which included 5 guarantees to the people of Karnataka, but it's this admission from the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister that has raised doubts about whether they can keep any of the promises.
ಬೇರೆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಭಾಳ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪಾಪ ಭಾಳ ಆಸೆಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈ ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನನ್ನ ಇಲಾಖೆಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬ ಶಾಸಕರು 10 ಕೋಟಿ 100 ಕೋಟಿ 200 ಕೋಟಿ 300 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ 300 ಕೋಟಿ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಪ್ಪ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೊಸ್ದಾಗಿ ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಜನರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಟೂರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಮಳೆಗಾಲ ಇದೆ.
Times Now has learned that many MLAs have raised issues of a lack of coordination with ministers, and the CM has urged MLAs not to write open letters on issues in order to prevent them from being blown out of proportion. But after DK Shivkumar's admission, can the Congress really say that this is an exaggeration and that all
taxpayers' money is being splurged?
So is there a real threat to the Congress government in Karnataka, or is this over-exaggeration by the Bharatiya Janata Party? Let me go across. Vijay Prasad, spokesperson of the BJP in Karnataka, JVC Sriram, political strategist, Shyam Prasad Meka, leader of the Congress, Chandan Gowda, political analyst. Let me ask you first, Mr. Meka. So soon?
So soon what?
So soon what? So soon people are angry. Congress people are angry. Actually, it started even before the swearing in. Already then Congress leaders were saying, why aren't you making me minister? Lingayats are not represented. Dalits are not represented. Then some of them were made minister. Now they are saying, where is the money? Why aren't you giving me funds?
No. So those are the routine, regular issues, right? There is nothing specific about this. And also, you guys are actually totally misinterpreting what Mr. DK Shivkumar has said. You have to look at the context in which he said, where he met with a lot of the MLAs. He clearly said that they are committed to the 40,000 crore budget for the 5 guarantees. Keeping that in view, don't make small demands at this point for your individual constituencies. Be patient. We will address that later. That's the message. Where is the question of he's saying, oh, we don't have funds for development programs? That's not the context in which he said. I think it's pretty clear for everybody.
No, it's not just about what DK Shivkumar has said. Now a meeting is being called in Delhi. Before that, there are letters being written by MLAs saying that we need money. We are not being given the money.
No, that means the internal democracy and the party functioning is alive and kicking. This is a good sign.
Oh, this is internal democracy. Chandan Gowda, it's internal democracy.
I don't know if you can call it internal democracy, but it's definitely one way in which they've tried to make their discontent apparent. And today in the CLP meeting that happened yesterday, they were asked not to do such things again, and that they raise it inside party circles. Anyway,
how do you know what happened in the CLP meeting?
No, it was reported in the papers today. The meeting happened yesterday. The CLP meeting happened in Karnataka yesterday. All of those signatories to the letter met the CM and everyone in a hotel, and it was reported in all papers this morning, where essentially the question is simply one of the commitment to the welfare schemes has made it difficult for the party to sanction large grants to individual MLAs for the next few months, perhaps a year. So this is what even DK Shivkumar tried to say in whatever way he tried to say. But this was clarified today in the meeting. And then there are also issues related to transfers of officials and basically coordination between the district in charge ministers and the MLAs. These are the things that have all led to this kind of request for a meeting with the whatever. But Siddaramaiah seems to have responded quickly. He says, I'll meet every month with all the district MLAs separately to understand what the grievances are. It tells you something about the seriousness with which they want to achieve inner party coordination. we should see how that happens.
Okay. Vijay Prasad, it's only the BJP trying to fish in troubled waters? Everyone has their fair share of disagreements.
See, Padmaja, see, Congress is having an absolute majority in Karnataka. And they're having a confusion like a coalition government, which is already evident. Okay. So I want to mention clearly 3 points where the cracking has already appeared. The cracks have already started appearing in within the Congress government and within the Congress party. See, Congress government has become a double steering government under the two power centers, Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar. That is the first thing I want to make. And their own MLA have gone to the extent of writing a letter to the CM Siddaramaiah saying that they're not heard, they're asking money to pay to the third party, which is clearly evident that it has become an ATM Sarkara. And they go to the extent of saying that this letter is fake. And if that letter is fake, in yesterday's CLP, they discuss on this letter, on this fake letter. Okay, that is the second thing. That means CM Siddaramaiah, based on that fake letter, goes out and lashes at the MLAs for writing the open letter and questioning their leaders. Okay. And the third thing, which is clearly evident, is the deteriorating law and order situation in Karnataka. The Udupi incident has been badly and mismanaged and badly handled. And if you see the appeasement politics has gone to the so extreme extent.
Okay.
The Home Minister, just like his ex-deputy CM of Maharashtra, when there was a bombing in Maharashtra, he said, it is a small incident.
Okay, let's stick to the discontent within the Congress for right now. We'll talk about Udupi later. Just a second. Let's stick to the Congress itself. What does Udupi have to do with that? Okay.
Okay. This discontent itself, the incident like Udupi, they say the Home Minister goes to the extent of saying it is a small incident. Why are you trying to blow out of proportion?
Okay, Mr. Meka, respond.
What statement is this?
Mr. Meka, respond.
It clearly shows the cracks have already appeared and it's totally mismanaged.
Padmaja, I am not going to fall into that trap of, again, diverting from the actual issues onto the communal or divisive issues. The simple point is our friend from BJP here is doing a drawing board kind of analysis and trying to see where his party has a chance to strike back at the Congress. Welcome, my friend. Go ahead, do that.
No, it is not a drawing board analysis. It is evident. It is evident. It is writing on the wall. The writing on the wall is for you.
Correct.
Why should I have to go for the writing board?
It seems so to you. You have to have some plan. Yeah, go ahead, work on that plan. You have time for almost 5 years. Okay, meanwhile, we will win the hearts of the people. Don't worry about it.
No, hearts and all is fine, but you still haven't answered. Does Chandan Gowda such a letter exist or does it not exist? Because BJP is very, very clear that not only one, many MLAs are now writing letters to Mallikarjun Kharge, not just Mr. Siddaramaiah, but to Mallikarjun Kharge.
Good, no?
I don't know about those letters, but the letter that you referred to earlier on, there seems to be some confusion because the person who wrote the letter himself filed a case with the police saying...
Yeah, now he's saying it, but apparently he's doing it under pressure.
Be that as it may, I think there was some such letter on which people signed, and that was also discussed in the meeting yesterday. And they said, we did it to gain your attention. And the CM said, well, there are other ways of getting my attention. You could have called me, etc., etc. But it's definitely sure...
Are you seriously suggesting that MLAs are writing letters and then leaking it to gain the Chief Minister's attention?
This is all reported in the papers. I have no I have no access to these things. But anyway, I'm not defending that mode of expressing discontent. I'm only saying this is what has happened. Clearly, there are other ways of doing this. But I would not see it as a sign of any great internal rift. There's definitely seems like there is coordination problems. How they'll sort it out remains to be seen. But if you want to see the letter as a sign of some great, hopeless inter-party mismanagement, I wouldn't see it that.
Okay, JVC Sriram, it's not as big as it's made out to be. The BJP would have us believe that the government is falling apart. A couple of people angry here and there, they're trying to gain the Chief Minister's attention.
It may not be very big for the Congress party, but it is a very big blow for the people of Karnataka. When the Deputy Chief Minister of the state comes and says that for the next 1 year, we do not have funds because we will have to focus on the guarantee, then what happens to the development projects? Because Karnataka was on a cusp of a great development. We saw airports being built. We saw the Bangalore-Mysuru Expressway.
That's the message.
I kept quiet when you were talking, please. And the metro expansion happened. So, and the irrigation projects in Kittur, Karnataka, and in Madhya Karnataka, becoming a kind of a spiritual tourism hub. All these things are now going to take a back seat. In fact, the earlier government, it was clearly mentioned. In fact, I had even reported that while the highways have been very good, but the internal roads are having a major problem, which the next government should really focus upon. This is happening across Karnataka. Now, when you don't have funds, you will not be in a position to spend money on things like Namma Clinic, which was a health project taken up by the earlier government, the internal roads, which are in a very bad shape, irrigation projects, and all these things will be a big blow to the people of Karnataka. And those will reflect in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. As far as Congress is concerned, a friend before me said that it is not a coalition government. It is a coalition government. It can be a Congress government, but D.K. Shivakumar has a separate faction, Siddaramaiah has a separate faction, Dr. Parameshwara has a separate faction, M.B. Patel has his own agenda. So when you have forces within the state who have different agendas, driving different agendas, it is not a double steering. I do not know how many steerings are there. Probably every region has got a steering in this Congress
Okay,
government.
respond, Mr. Meka.
And Congress will not have a problem. They will have a problem only in 2024. But people of Karnataka have a problem.
Okay, Mr. Meka.
The simple thing is, yeah, to some extent, I agree with our friend. That is the way Congress functions. That's the way Congress represents the diversity of the country. We have multiple leaders. We are not behind just one leader and taking him as our Raja.
Diversity and chaos are two very different things. Diversity is when you have multiple people running together.
Yeah,
chaos is when you have multiple people running in different directions.
They are all running in the same direction as Siddaramaiah. That's what is happening.
Everyone's running in the same direction. Vijay Prasad.
Yeah?
Padmaja, see, in the present budget, what Siddaramaiah presented, there is so much of reduction. Looks like Congress has come to a tacit understanding with DMK about the Mekedatu project. And now, with the statement of D.K. Shivakumar, which says that the funds will not be released for the development. That means they are keeping on hold the Mekedatu project because the funds will not be released for the irrigation projects. Under the BJP rule, Karnataka was #1 state on many sectors. Niti Aayog named Karnataka consecutively 3 times as #1 state. With this kind of mismanagement, with this kind of tacit understanding, with this kind of mismanagement, do you think Karnataka is going to retain its #1 position? Because of these mismanagements, because of this double steering, multiple steering government, the people of Karnataka is going to lose all the things that they gained during the BJP rule. That is the point I want going to make.
Yeah.
Freebies, let them start giving it. We are happy. If the people are happy, we'll be happy. But the only thing is what at the cost? At the cost of development.
Okay, respond.
The jobs are,
Mr. Meka.
There is 7,000 crore reduction in the capital investment. That means the jobs are not going to be created in Karnataka for the next couple of years.
Okay, respond. Let Mr. Meka respond.
Padmaja, very quickly. It's a transparent and honest government which is telling what is the difficulty in them. Second, about the Mekedatu project and secret understandings and all, those are wild conspiracy theory. Having said that, Now, I want to thank you, Padmaja, before we close the show, because I'm going to tell my party to get better at the attention-seeking technique.
What is that supposed to mean?
Very quickly, can I say something quick?
I mean, next time they need to use a better thing than a letter.
Okay.
Or a fake letter.
So you're still saying that it's an attention-seeking technique, JVC Sridhar?
So what my friend from Congress party is saying is probably they should start, fighting with each other in front of the chief minister and deputy chief minister's place in order to grab attention. I don't know what he's saying. But the fact of the matter is, I think I tend to agree with what the BJP leader has said here, in the sense, say, jobs are a very big question mark, because Siddaramaiah has not just presented one budget, he had presented so many budgets. But ask any financial expert, but for the guarantee scheme, actually on the capital expenditure, or for that matter in terms of increase in several registration charges on so many things, this is one of the worst budgets which Mr. Siddaramaiah had presented. Because this is not the first time he's presenting. And all these are coming out because at the end of the day, let's understand one thing, Padmaja. Congress MLAs have their discontent because they promised the moon to the voters. Now, how can they go and seek votes? The local body elections are around the corner. BBMP elections are around the corner.
Okay.
The Panchayat elections are around the corner. Then the Lok Sabha elections are coming. Now, Congress leaders on the ground are facing a dire straits, while the High Command might say everything is fine, and in the TV studio, the people might come and say, fantastic, it's going on. But on the ground, people are losing their trust.
Okay, we will see how much of that is really manifested. Only 10 months for us to find out. But in the meantime, the centre, or at least the party high command, is definitely stepping in. A meeting has been called. We'll tell you what comes of that. For the time being, thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining us.